just a thing as we're just about set for the opening kickoff.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
Fielded in the end zone. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. This one finding the hands of Brandon Powell.
That's good.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
8-yard line.
Back to throw now on first down. Incomplete.
The pass.
The intended target was Calvin Ridley. That'll bring up second down. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And 8.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
Emmanuel Ogbah that time, able to drop him for a loss.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards.
And it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
On first down, Tagovailoa. That'll be complete to Breida.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got a bike. Oh.
That'll be caught for a Dolphin touchdown. It's Williams.
Complete to Preston.
Preston Williams.
His 5th touchdown now on the year. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Taken in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
First and 10 at their own.
So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again. A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down.
Again, he targets Ridley. This time it's complete.
20! Touchdown, Falcons! Calvin Ridley with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game.
Lining up for the point.
And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
Jakeem Grant on the return. The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
So Miami coming out for their second drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And down to the 11. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 60 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flipped field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Tua going to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Tua to try again on second down. This will be caught just inside the 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. T.J. Hockenson with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Dolphins have taken the lead.
You got it figured down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive, 4 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fielded in the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
10 at their own 25.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Shaq Lawson coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He'll drop this underneath to Gurley. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. The big fella, the 20. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and take it to the house for a Miami touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week. He's smiling.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Taken in the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Emmanuel Ogbah in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
What's the deal, y'all?
A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Now this one complete on the slant route.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. That catch good for only a couple.
Complete to Russell Gage. Out of bounds at the 50-yard line. A gain of 2.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Upon a 46, a return of 5. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
He was looking for Parker that time, but it's going to be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Open man is Higgins. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
It's Dolphins football here as we begin the 2nd quarter. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. And got his man complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, an 80-yard touchdown. The Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
This will go for 5 up to the 33.
Taken down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Todd Gurley hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons cut into that lead. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on 3rd down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, pick up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Grant on the return. The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Tua and the rest of the Dolphin offense heading back out. And how about the start so far, Charles? 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And that's how you generate excitement on a team. Keep your offense moving at a really high level. And it's also how you establish leadership by playing that well. 3 touchdown passes. That's the way to lead.
Now he's just hoping for number 4.
Lead to T. Higgins.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Tua. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear off.
That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. Only took him 3 plays, and they're already in the red zone, just like that.
Well, he's definitely a big target out there, listed as 6'4", and he used every one of those extra inches to go up and make that catch.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Parker the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
And again, it's Tagovailoa. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. T.J. Hockenson with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Taken in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Their own 25-yard.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
To make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the scoreboard right now. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Todd Gurley, and it's 3rd and 5.
Brandon Jones on the coverage.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. 51.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Emmanuel Ogbah, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Tua Tagovailoa in the offense heading back out. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why, looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now, he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
From midfield, here's Tua. This pass complete to Higgins. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
Higgins. 10 yards.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
And that one complete once again to Higgins. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as he's out of bounds at the 2. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
Tua to throw again. And this is caught by Parker for a Miami touchdown.
Complete
Devontae Parker, his second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Dolphins add on to their lead.
Jason Sanders.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
42.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the route is on here in this first half.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Fielded in the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return.
25-yard line.
And our attention shifts to Todd Gurley. Now he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Open is Powell, that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Oh, boy, this isn't what you want to see. That's Todd Gurley, folks, down on the field still. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete.
The pass.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
look to throw here on first down. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Dolphins' 25-yard line.
And this is incomplete. Was looking for Ridley again, but now it'll be 3rd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
Back to throw again. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And we'll see Younghoe Koo now for the Falcons. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25.
42.
So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue, because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave it. Exactly what they needed.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Getting set to go again on offense. Here's Devontae Parker now. We're in the second quarter. He already has 2 touchdowns. We know how good he is. That's well documented. How do you contain him?
We know he's a nightmare. So in this situation, I would go ahead and double him, maybe even have a 3rd person in the area, and try and dissuade them from throwing him the football. Make someone else beat me.
Devontae Parker past the 20, 10, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Dolphins just continue to pour it on.
For the extra point.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
17. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Taken in the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Got a man out of the backfield. It's Chris Thompson. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play there just before halftime, and even 50 yards.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will do it for this first half. So due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. This is Jakeem Grant.
Jakeem Grant on the return. The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 At their own 20.
Getting set to go again on offense. Here's Devontae Parker now. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting him, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 21. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Well, we know he has pretty good hands on display there. In fact, he only needed one of them.
Yeah, nowadays, all these receivers work on this, right? They do the one-handed catches off the machine in practice. They do it with their quarterbacks. They do it contested, uncontested. They make it part of their repertoire.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. No question that they're going to continue to look his way. 6 catches in the first half and now 7 on the game. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 41-yard line. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. On play action, here's Tua, and that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Back to the air on 2nd down, Tagovailoa. And throw right side complete to Parker. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Devontae Parker, 41 yards. And the Dolphins have got it on cruise control. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Is good.
And his kick is good. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard.
So we get set to start this 3rd quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a 1st down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Throwing over the middle,
but it's incomplete. Intended target on that one, Russell Gage. And that'll make it third down.
Brings up third down and 6 yards to go.
51, Mike. Mike 51. And let's get this, get this. 51's the Mike, 51's the Mike.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as well.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they'd place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
They're running it.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. That'll be complete to Breida. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Down left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Gain of 6. First down, Dolphins.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He's going to let... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Devontae Parker. 81 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Falcons offense set to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Emmanuel Ogbah in there for the 7th time in this game alone, and that ties him with a late Derek Thomas for the most sacks ever in a single game.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. He'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Emmanuel Ogbah in there yet again. They just cannot block him. He now has 8 sacks, and that is a new single-game record.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Returnable for Grant. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They'd lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now they air it out to start the drive, and it's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one good for 37 yards.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Then he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Kyler Fackrell, what a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Tua. And this is going to be intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative.
And the Dolphins rush gets home, down he goes. Emmanuel Ogbah just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Calvin Ridley, 87 yards. And the Falcons claw one back.
Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. Ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon.
25-yard line.
Miami set to take over. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll set up to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just 1 pick so far and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, if they're humming along, the defense doesn't have to be out.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The quarterback,
Emmanuel Ogbah, able to take him down. It's a loss of 3.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
The quarterback sacked.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
I got one. 51 to Mike. 51 to Mike. We want this.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Dolphins have got him.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable 4th quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. T. Higgins was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down, and 10 yards to go.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa, and the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack, down he goes. In for the sack, Deion Jones.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Under pressure, they got him again. Emmanuel Ogbah. That is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive game. The Falcons on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
They'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Emmanuel Ogbah with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
It is good. Makes the score Dolphins 63, Falcons 30.
In the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Yeah, this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by DeMonte Casey. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. 20. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Automatic 1st down.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run.
Jason Sanders for the extra point.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count.
Makes the score.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead will swell by 1 more.
Jason Sanders to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard.
And back onto the field, here comes the Dolphins defense. They haven't had their A game, but I guess because of their offense, they haven't really needed their A game, Charles.
No, they have not. They've done what they've had to do today, which is protect a pretty big lead. But it hasn't been the best day in terms of stuffing people and really shutting down.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
The quarterback.
Emmanuel Ogbah just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
You got nothing. Right here, guys. Fight 51. Fight 51. Hey, watch the
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Miami set to take over. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A Miami 1st down on the 14-yard pickup.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
Yeah, I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. I turn the knob, camera assist, I'm incredible. Yeah, came for the dollars, call it basketball. Then I did the dash, can I catch me, bro? Ooh, then I did the dash, can I catch me, whoa? Whole team, it's no competition. Boy, I did it by myself, it's a solo mission. Running up the charts, I'm a fool, dog. Turn the whole field to a schoolyard. Bunch of students ain't eating round here. I'm the GOAT, little man, and I made it loud and clear. Put the gas on them like I whipped the Cavalier. Show no love, got the confidence, no fear. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Okay. I've been ready for this. Since like 9-5, I've been eager for this. Talent on the rise, I'm consistent with this. Trophy is the prize, ain't no gimmicks with this. Okay, now what's left on them? Told you I'ma flex on them. I did it all subtle, ooh, and then I get that exit on them. Gotta blame my faith, cause these odds ain't got nothing on them. I secure the safe for the cradle, I ain't dropping nothing. Only winning is exception, ain't no truce. Ain't no dub, ain't no L on my crew. Only winning is exception on my crew. Ain't no dub, ain't no L. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this.